There is, of course, lots of intrigue around the 1.2 billion power player, Maverick. And although I can't get you a tour of his home like you'd see in the lifestyles of the rich and the famous, I can go into his commander tab and get a look at the talent builds that he's using on his commanders. And yeah, there's some really interesting stuff in here, so stick around in this video to see the builds that Maverick, the man, the myth, the 1.2 billion power legend is using. And, of course, at the end of the video, we'll spin the Cyrus Wheel max out. So come on in. This should be fun. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, a sponsored content creator for Rise of Kingdoms, and today we're going to get a peek at the talent builds being used by Maverick at 1.2 billion, with a B, billion power. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider smashing that subscribe button for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We've been doing a ton of KVK action, and Maverick is in our Kingdom versus Kingdom right now. In fact, he's one of our allies. So we're going to get a look at his talent builds, no disrespect intended, as we provide a little bit of feedback and maybe learn a thing or two as we look at what a 1.2 billion power player chooses to use for talents in Rise of Kingdoms. So where do we begin, my friends? Where do we even begin? First of all, let's talk about what he's got on his commander tab, because obviously there's just a little bit of flexing here. Everything is legendary, naturally. The Aethelflaed I find fairly hilarious, because he's also got Charlemagne as his charge captain. Rallied army attack, 1%, rallied army march speed. By the way, if you didn't know, go to your commander tab. Make sure you've set some cool commanders in there that actually give you some meaningful benefits. Now, I would be shocked if Maverick is barbing with Alexander the Great as a primary or secondary commander. And by the way, these buffs do apply whether or not the commander is the primary or secondary commander. I personally use a totally different setup in here than what he's using. But Richard I and Esong for AoE barb farming, actually, these two are super reasonable. So that's the commanders he's using: Alexander the Great, Cleo, Ethel, Esong, Seondeok, Charlemagne, and Richard. Shall we start from left to right, top to bottom? The Ranger, Alexander the Great, the Barbarian damage boost. Now, what I found so interesting here is that it looks like Maverick is rocking an attack build. And here's the thing that's so crazy. If you're in Heroic Anthem KVK, and you are a beast like Maverick, which means you should be able to just take down marches very, very quickly, I actually don't disagree with the choice to go into the attack tree. The attack tree might actually have a breath of fresh life in Heroic Anthem KVK if you are totally maxed out on your tech. But the approach he's taken here is really unusual. He's got 1 point in Last Stand. Normal troop attacks have a 10% chance to cause his commander's troops to go on a rampage, increasing damage by 2% for the next 3 seconds, but skills cannot be used. I would not pick this talent unless you're going to put 5 talent points in it, because otherwise you're silencing yourself for the benefit of 2% damage for 3 seconds. Not worth it. Also, there's a dangling talent point over here, 0.5% of health when that could have gone over here for a whole percent of infantry health. He is missing the best points in the infantry tree and elite soldiers. He's also got 1 point in strong of body and 1 point in fleet of foot, and only 2 points out of 4 in Snare of Thorns. So obviously with a build like this, I would recommend a good bit more focus. I'd hunt maybe to really go all in on this Last Stand play if he's going to smash some noobs. And I think that's a fine choice if that's what he wants to do. And then I would ditch some of the points in the infantry tree to make that happen. I would probably focus in on either Strong of Body to go for a ton of health or Fleet of Foot. Let's go look at the next commander here and see what we uncover. Cleopatra. Cleopatra, baby. By the way, he has his Cleopatra all the way up to 6 stars. I mean, that is a whale move. Okay, this is, what does a whale do? You take a gathering commander where you don't ever need to take them past 40, and you take them to 6 stars. Gosh darn it. Level 60, 6 stars. Let's freaking go. Now, if you wanted to use this commander for combat, obviously I would recommend that you get Rejuvenate, which he's missing here. However, he does have a gathering build, but it is a curious one. He is missing 3 points in superior tools, so he's missing 15% gathering speed, but he does have maxed out Call of the Pack, When the army led by this commander has been reduced to less than 50% strength, your infantry defense is increased by 9%. So obviously there's a little bit of room for optimization here. I'd remove all these points from the integration tree. He doesn't need them. I would max out superior tools. I also would get modified axle. Get the march speed. I mean, not that he really does much gathering, right? So he's got, I don't know how much gathering he's got, but it's probably a very small number. So maybe this is all moot. Also, I think it's interesting that he went for counterattack. Whenever you get a heal, you increase your attack by, well, he's got 2 points for 6%. I would go all in on this. Since Cleopatra does heal, I'd go for the 9% attack boost with 3 points here. Anyways, definitely an interesting build. A few dangling points there. You clean those up, though, and you'd be in good shape. Let's jump to the next commander here, and that is Aethelflaed, the Drill Master. Yes, indeed, she is. 6 stars, level 60, and what do we have here? I have to say the leadership tree is aesthetically pleasing with the symmetry there, but let's actually get a look at what's here. So we start with the peacekeeping tree. I actually really like the choice of double-edged sword. You do a lot of damage, and you take more damage, but hey, you know, if you're a player like Maverick, of course you're dealing more damage than you're taking, so get wrecked. I like that choice a lot, actually, for speeding up the rate with which you do barbs. I do think Trophy Hunter will be a really good pickup. He is battling an astonishing amount of barbs. But by the way, Maverick is #1 by honor. Okay, #1 for individual honor in our KVK, and people are pushing honor pretty hard. So he has been doing a ton of barbs. If he's using Aethelflaed, I would use the Trophy Hunter, get the free resources. I know he probably, you know, gets his resources from bundles, but hey, you get the idea, okay? He has points in healing herbs. I don't know what commander he's doing healing with, but I'll just point out that there's really good synergy with Curing Chant and healing herbs. If you're battling lots of barbs and you want to have just a ton of sustain and be able to battle those high-level barbs for a really long time. So all of that to say, I probably would ditch almost all of the points in leadership. I'd go over here and get Rejuvenate. That seems like a really important pickup. I'd probably ditch, in fact, the points over here related to healing. Those don't really give you much benefit. I'd even ditch the points in skill damage taken reduction. I would go all the way over here, get Curing Chant. I'd get Trophy Hunter. I'd still keep the Rage over here in Hidden Wrath. Maybe I'd go back for that, but definitely get Rejuvenate for battling those barbs. Ooh, baby, that'll really help you out a lot in keeping those debuffs rolling. Looking to the next commander here, Esong, of course, level 66 stars. I bet you every commander he's got is level 66 stars. This build actually looks super legit. 100% all-in Rage build for the open field. I think this build is awesome. I don't see what you would not like about this build. He's maxed out the skill tree, going for Feral Nature, and also the additional skill damage of Latent Power, depending on who he's pairing with. That's a fine choice. I like the extra Rage gen from Razor Sharp. That seems fine. The extra skill damage and march speed on the right-hand side of the Archer tree is really great. I think it's mighty fine to go for the extra attack on the left side of the Archer tree. Fine choices here. Smash with your Esong. Seems pretty solid. Some players could learn a thing or two from this. The other option, of course, for an Esong build is to go all in on the Archer tree. The value of that is that Esong elevates skill damage by 50%. That is from the 4th skill. And, by the way, here, there's an opportunity in that Archer tree to get some additional skill damage, which I haven't tested, but I'm going to assume is boosted by Esong as well. So you can pick up another 200 damage factor. Okay, it's only 200 damage factor, 10% chance to trigger, but hey, you get the idea. Okay, you get the idea. I like going all in on things. With Esong, it seems reasonable, but honestly, either way seems quite strong. I personally use the Archer tree. I see the skill tree is really great. Let's go look at the next commander here, which is our supply captain. Another big flex over here, Seondeok. 6 stars, level 60. Let's freaking go. Gathering commanders. So here we see some of the same things going on. I like that he has this time maxed out superior tools. I would get the modified axle naturally for the extra siege movement, but let's be real. If we just take a step back here and we look at how much he's gathered, he has gathered 650 million resources, so the dude's not really gathering resources. Does he need the march speed? I don't know what he's doing with these commanders. I think they're legendary. They're on the wall, you know, the commander tab, because why not put some legendary commanders over there? That seems mighty fine. Let's go to the next commander here, which is his charge captain, the Flex. The Flex Expertise Charlemagne, arguably one of the least compelling commanders in the game, and his build here, pretty reasonable for a city swarm, which is interesting. I say City Swarm because he's given himself fresh recruits, which gives him a little bit of extra troop capacity. He is going for the mixed march here with armed to the teeth. He did go all the way in on the skill tree, which I think is an interesting choice because at the end of the day, like, look, the active skill on Charlemagne, 1,400 damage factor, it's not all that exciting. So it must be whoever he's pairing with does a lot of damage. I have to think that's a Mehmed, but I have heard from players that are using Charlemagne and Mehmed that they don't find that combination all that compelling. So because this commander is really focused on leading rallies, I'm not exactly sure this is the build I would use. The fresh recruits I would probably ditch. I would ditch latent power. That frees up some talent points to go other places. I might explore the conquering tree, maybe going all the way to entrenched. You'd have to ditch some additional points over here. Armed to the teeth would be fine to get rid of, as Steely Soul and the extra attack would be reasonable to remove. But you know what? If you're rallying with if you're rallying with this commander for cities, I mean, I don't know. Are we doing siege rallies at this point? Why are we using him? Why are we using him? Let's go look at the next commander here, which is Richard I. Now, I have to say, Richard I is an amazing AoE barb farming commander. He holds an astonishing value over time, like Esong, except that value diminishes by virtue of the fact that other players can cut his healing. So in PvP, yeah, his value wanes, but in PvE, he still remains quite strong as the best healer. Now, I do like that he's gone in for a defense build. There are a few stray points in his build that I find a little bit perplexing, and if we just focus them in, I think this build will be really quite solid. He's got 1 point dangling off to the side here, giving him 0.5% of stats. I would cut that, and I'd cut the 2 points of march speed. I'd put 2 of those points back into Desperate Elegy. I'd put a point and hold the line. I'd cut this point of defense and put that into hold the line as well. And then you've got a build that's really cooking with gas here. The defense tree is really very good. We've proven in a separate video that the rage gen from this talent right over here, Desperate Elegy, is gangbuster. Card up in the top if you want to see that. It's just totally nuts. Yeah, I mean, I think this would be really quite solid, especially in a game mode, by the way, like Canyon. Desperate Elegy is really, really good. When you get low, you just start generating tons of rage, and Richard the First heals, which means you will enjoy that rage gen for a longer period of time because he keeps himself in that fight for longer. All in all, actually pretty on target with what I would have done with him with just a few optimizations. I think he'd really be cooking with gas. So all in all, I mean, pretty cool to go in and get a look at Maverick's talents here. If you did want to make your talents private, one way that you could go and do that is to go on in to your Commander tab. In the upper left portion, you tap your portrait, go to Commander, and you can set your talent info in the upper right. So right now, I'm showing my Commander details, what are their skill levels and star levels and their level, and I am hiding my talent information. I don't particularly want people to see my talents. If I wanted to show everything, I just go over to Show Commander Details, and, well, you could see it all. So if you enjoyed this portion of the video, do me a huge favor, throw a like on here, consider subscribing, but we've got more to do. Oh, we've got more to do. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, my friends. It's time, my friends, to spin the Wheel of Fortune for Cyrus the Great, a commander that I think could be pretty good in the open field. He is sort of aggressive with doing a lot of skill damage, and much like Herald, punishes you when you target him. So I don't know exactly how great he'll be, but pun not intended, I am going to max spin this wheel. Even though we've already spun 100 times, it's better than buying them from the VIP shop at 2,000 gems a pop per universal sculpture. So here we go, 2 stars off the bat. We're looking for the good stuff. Our whale tactics here are moments where we pretend like we're Maverick, although obviously we're not. The universal legendary commander sculpture is a nice pickup. 2 stars is good. Hey, I'll take those training speed ups and the universal speed ups. Great. You know, who knows how many troops we'll need for future KVKs. Yes, we get half our troops back in Heroic Anthem KVK, which I'm very much looking forward to, but man, I don't know. I've seen some savage KVKs going on with a lot of troop loss. We got to be ready. We have got to be ready. We got some nice speed ups there. The double star. Maybe we could use those on Seondeok. Double star again. I guess that's what I get for memeing. And boom. Gold. Less than optimal spin, but we're going to keep it going anyways, hoping we get an 8 spot here to round things out real nicely. Suddenly the value shoots through the roof when you get an 8 spot. Here we've got some food. There is the legendary commander sculpture. There is the universal sculpture. Okay, research speed-ups I really don't need. And hey, 45 hours, that's a solid pickup. An amazing spin here. Very solid. Let's keep it going. 2 sculptures and a bunch of speed-ups. I will take that all day, every day. There are the building speed-ups. Single sculpture is much, much better. Double star, I'll take. And hey, universal sculpture. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Double star again. Save those for Seondeok. Let's freaking go. All right, really nice. By the way, there's really not a reason to level up those gathering commanders past 40. Not to my knowledge. Boom! 8 spot. That's what I get for speaking some truth. Universal legendary commander sculpture. Double star. Come on, baby. Woo! Single sculpture. Yes! Wow! Wow. I mean, you can hashtag pull the Chisgule all you want, but that's freaking sweet. Yo, if you haven't seen my crafting video where I got obliterated, card up in the top, 0 for 12 on legendaries, 0 for 11 on this account. But anyways, that's a sweet 11 sculptures and 2 stars. Let's go. All right, dude, I have been getting so many Cyrus sculptures. I'm sure you all saw my video earlier yesterday, where I talked about the patch that's coming up, where they are going to make it so that you can pick what commander you're getting from the daily special offer. Ooh, boy, do I hope I can pick up some Cyrus in there. What do we got? Okay, this spin, less exciting. 2 stars, some training speed ups, some research speed ups, gold, and wood. All right, all right. All right, all right. You luck evening out a little bit here. Here we go. 30 chances remaining. Boom. There's a single sculpture. What next? Double star. Okay, nice. Boom. Single sculpture. Let's go. Boom. Single sculpture. Come on, give me another. Research speed ups right next to the single sculpture. Hey, but spins like this is why I'm still spinning. 3,600 gems. Take my gemmies. Take my gemmies. I am going to have to buy a geared up after this. Get my gem count replenished here. Here we go. Universal sculpture. That's what I'm talking about. Universal sculpture. Let's go, baby. Double star. Okay. I'll take that. Boom. 45 hours is a nice amount of speed ups and some research speed ups. Very cool. Very cool. I'll take that. I'll take that. That works for me. Very nice. Let's keep the spinning going here. 5x spin. What do we get? We get the 8 spot. We get the 8 spot, baby. Oh, yes. Universal sculpture. Hashtag pull the Chisgule that one, baby. Oh, ho, ho! Yo! Ha ha ha! Oh, really getting the results when it doesn't matter, but I'll take it. Oh, get freaking wrecked. Wow. Wow. I mean, it truly, sincerely, this is where it doesn't matter. It's the special talent legendaries is the only thing that matters. But, okay, hey. 17 sculptures in 1 spin. Come at me, bro. Yes. Wow. I need a minute to cool off after that one. Okay, let's continue. Let's spin again, baby. What do we get? Give me something good. We've got training speed ups. Man, I still can't believe it. 45 hours, get wrecked. Okay, building speed ups. Nice. Nice. Okay, come on. Research speed ups and then food. That didn't work as well as the previous, but the previous was so good. Who gives a hoot? Okay. Nice. Let's continue, shall we? Let's just forget that last set of spins happened and only remember the one before it. Training speed-ups are awesome. And research speed-ups are good. What next? Universal. Let's go, baby. 45 hours. I thought we were going to land on the 8 spot. And then stone. Nice. Okay. Final spin to round things out as we spend our gems. Pretending like we're a high-power player like Maverick. Let's do this thing. Leroy Jenkins. Final spins for Cyrus the Great this wheel. Wood. Okay. Okay, not amazing. Double star is good. Hey, universal sculpture is awesome. Then there's stone and universal sculpture. Yeah, for 3,600 gems. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I'll take that all day, every day. If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, throw a like on here. Consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you today. Absolutely no disrespect intended at all to Maverick, truly. Really happy to have him as an ally. I don't know what it would have been like fighting against him. I can't imagine. Oh my goodness. And until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom. And hey, leave me a comment down below. How many sculptures did you get in your best spins of the wheel? I feel like 17. Woo! That's among my best.